Oh boy. Okay. So I'm hoping this is working properly. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late. I got some new equipment and I figured why not test that new equipment out when I haven't live streamed in over a month. So hopefully I'm just getting this queued up on my phone so I can test it if need be. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's see here. Sounds like you guys can hear me. Okay, good deal. All right. So, sorry I'm late, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a while since we've done a live stream here. OG Brick 420 is here. Let's see, who else do we have in the house? We've got Dave Renstrom. I've got two samples from Dave here that I'm going to be getting into a little bit here. Dr. Robert, what's happening? Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiast, Brian is here. What's going on? Let's see, I'll refrain from negative comments if you don't bring Penelope into the conversation. That's right, you're not a big Penelope fan, are you, Brian? Let's see, I do enjoy the Patreon comment videos. This should be entertaining. Yeah, this one is geared more towards, negative comments, whereas the comment section show that I do over on Patreon, it has some negative comments in it, but, I figured I didn't really have much of a topic to do tonight besides doing a couple of samples. And there's some OGD 16 year here. Oh, son of a bitch. There's something in the bottom of my bottle. Well, I was gonna, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Can you see that? No, probably not. See that? Floating around in there? That's right there. That's a rubber cork thing. Well, we may have just solved the mystery I was just about to get into. Non-bike riding Dave Vogelsang is here. I do have the Dave shirt on. Hang on. Look at that. Bam. Right there. Probably not the first or the last time I'll be flashing myself on the internet here, but so I was actually going to bring this up. I did not notice that. So what that is it's a rubber stopper for, I was pouring samples of this to send out. And so it's actually not a cork. It's actually, since the mouth on the old Granddad is so wide, I actually have a couple of adapters here for when I put in the bottle spout. So I'll show you guys. It's like the normal bottle spouts are a little bit thinner. And then so I have, let's see, some of these here that are adapters to make those a little bit for wider mouth bottles. Which incidentally didn't work because the damn thing fell inside the bottle. And what I was actually going to talk about tonight with this one in particular is it's not tasting right lately. And I think I may have found the culprit. I guess maybe putting a rubber stopper in the bottle with only that much left for a few weeks changes the profile of it, because I actually, I got into this one not that long ago and I was just like, man, this just isn't hitting the way that it used to. There's something kind of bitter about it. Cheers, Mike Meyer. And so I figured people were going to start giving me shit about the whole neck pour thing. Although I will say, anytime I've talked about the neck pour, I have conceded that if a bottle gets pretty low, then I can concede that maybe that will start to have an effect on it. So I was wondering if this is just a bottle that's happened to it. That doesn't typically tend to be my experience. So I was going to get into a pour of this and talk about that. But yeah, I think we figured out the mystery. So I don't think it's the air in the bottle. I think it's because it took on, just like a weird, I don't know, something odd about it. How did I not notice that falling in there? I bet I put one of the corks or one of the spouts on that already had that adapter on, and then when I took it out, it probably fell in there. So anyway, I do have a control bourbon here, just a 90 proof 2XO Oak Series 1 that I was going to use just as a kind of prep the palate to try this one out, because anytime I'm going to try something out, I just had dinner not that long ago, so I figured I'd kind of, just kind of erase the palate with the lower proof pour here, hence the little shot glass. Well, Brian, I know you've had bottles change drastically. Ardent neck pour believer, Brian Fisher. Go like, comment, and subscribe to Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiast. Brian and Deb are great people. Also, yeah, if you're watching this and you have a channel, feel free to promote your channel in the comments here, in the live stream. So there's been kind of an influx in traffic on the channel here lately, which is great. I love to see that. The shorts have kind of been taken off and drawing a lot more comments, and the more comments and interactions, the more you kind of get in good favor with the algorithm, and then the more your stuff gets put out there. So it's been, the last couple of months, it's kind of been like a, well, like I said, just a lot of traffic on the channel. And so it's funny because like overall, like people ask me sometimes if people are like mean in the comments or if there's like negative comments and stuff. And I say like 99.9% of them are super nice people like you guys that just like to interact and talk about different bottles and stuff like that. And then there's like that, smaller like fraction of a percent that's, that people are just, I don't know, rude, mean, negative, whatever. And so the more the channel's been growing, the larger that small fraction actually gets, the more of this I see. So it's been kind of fun. So we'll get into those in a minute. Willie Dean Nelson in the house. Go subscribe. Willie, drop the, well, Willie's not a mod. Go subscribe to Willie, at Willie Dean Nelson for awesome music. If you guys watched the live music live streams, we've done a couple of them. Willie has been on both of them. He was kind of the main guy on the first one, and then we had Monster Cookie on the second one, and then Willie kind of closed it out. So, talking about me, I'm right here. Yeah, I mean, Brian, I think you told me that you've actually had pours that when you've poured them and let them sit for too long, you pour them out because the air ruins it, right? Which is interesting because it always seems that the air makes the bottle better after the neck pour, but then it mysteriously makes it worse halfway through the bottle. I don't know. The science you folks follow. All right, enough of this palate cleansing. I'm still gonna get into a pour of this OGD, but yeah, I think I've definitely found the culprit. The sad part is I just sent a sample of this out to Rick at DRC Bar, Big Rick Energy, and so I'll have to let him know that it's gonna taste a little bit like rubber. Hey, there we go. Thank you, OG Brick. Go subscribe to Willie Dean Nelson. We've got some music that we actually recorded down here in the bar, some videos. So if you want to see Willie busting out some tunes right here in front of the bar, go check that out for sure. Agree on Disco 13, same thing for me, and on Found North Snow Day. I haven't had either one of those. Which one's Disco 13? I've been noticing there's been, I'm kind of having a hard time, sometimes I have this anyway, but just keeping up with some of the abbreviations, people say like OGD or, what, ECBP or whatever, the stuff everybody knows. But I've been finding sometimes people will start talking about stuff and they'll abbreviate, and I have to sit there and try to figure out what the hell it is. Like I wasn't very familiar with the OCD, and I didn't realize that was the name of the whiskey. I've never seen that one around here, so I don't have a lot of exposure to it. Bardstown Bourbon Company, the most recent Discovery Series. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I have to try to keep up with the slang, which brings me to one of these comments here, is that somebody made a negative comment about my lack of knowledge. We'll get into that in a second here, but let me pour a little bit of this OGD. Let me know what you guys are sipping on right now. The 13 is double oak. Nice. Hey, Dave, since you're here, you sent me a couple of copper and cask picks. I can go grab them. Was one of those that Haskell double oak pick? Because I was just over at Haskell's in Maple Grove, and I saw they had a copper and cask double oak. And that's the only time I had ever seen a copper and cask in Minnesota. And then I remembered that you had sent me some, and you had said, I thought you had said in the comments that Haskell's had them. I'm doing dry January the next 2 days. Nice. Just for the next 2 days? Yeah, one of them I picked up at Haskell's. Is it a double oak or a double barrel? Let me, I'm going to mute you for a second and just do a quick check on my audio real quick. Okay, and we're back. Bardstown Original White Label. Torup Hodel is in the house. Torup, where are we at with Bitcoin today? Yeah, there's something different about this. It's got to be the rubber that's been. I don't know. I mean, you think that would taint it that much? Yeah, there's something. I got to send Rick a different sample. Because I thought this was a criminally underrated bourbon. Very overpriced, don't get me wrong. I would not pay the money for it again. But when this one came out, for whatever reason, I just really wanted it. And yeah, so I dropped the 200 on it. I know in a lot of places a little less than that, but I don't know. For what, this is my tater bottle of last year, for sure. Tatered out, dropped the $200 on it. White or black label, no worries. So yeah, I mean, this still has all the things I like about it, but there's just like, I noticed something almost like, it's something artificial. And that's just so funny that I just noticed that before pouring this right here live with all of you fine folks. The look on your face when you took that sip. It just bothers me because I dropped, I said $200 on this bottle, and now it's all screwed up. I mean, I did get a decent amount out of it, but I've never, let me put it this way, as far as a bottle changing. Greg and I did some experiments where we took like two identical single barrels, and one of them was drank down to almost gone for a few months, and then one of them was a fresh crack. I didn't really notice a difference. Greg said maybe. So whatever it was negligible. But I mean, I've always said, even as much as I'm a neck pour non-believer, I will say that if you get a bottle this down low, that it probably could affect it. But I've just never really experienced that, especially in like the experiments that I've done with identical bottles. It just hasn't been a thing for me. And anytime I've gone back to a bottle, like I've got bottles that I've been sitting here for years that are open, and anytime I go back to them, I don't notice anything, drastically off about them. But this one all of a sudden just tasted like there had been something happened to it. So now I have to do an experiment. I have to take another bottle and put a rubber stopper in it. See what happens. The neck pour confirmed. I'm assuming that's Brian, the other Brian. Go subscribe to the Whiskey 6. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to put get the background music going here. Let's get that. It just tends to make it a little bit less awkward. So now that that's going, let me do a little experiment here. I wanted to see if when I mute, if it mutes the music as well. So, all right, we're going to get into the comments here pretty quick. Hold on a second. I'm just listening back to my experiment. Okay. All good. Okay. Comments here. It is. Yes, it is Brian. Well, feel free to join if you'd like. And while you're at it, go check out the Whiskey 6. Let me get the... There we go. Bam. At the Whiskey 6. We're going to be back on, what is it, the 15th or 17th or whatever it is, next Thursday. And we'll be back. And so that's me, Bourbon School, Bourbon Drop, DRC Bar, Bad Axe Bourbon, and Sean from Mash and Metal / Whiskey Wars. Always a damn good time. So we talk about a lot of stuff. We get into some whiskey stuff, but we also go on tangents that had nothing in... Nothing to do with whiskey, which always gets fun too. Had the KC in my hands, had to put it back. Which KC was that? Oh, Knob Creek 18. Okay, so I paid $175 for a GTS. Damn. Hard pass on the Knob Creek 18 for the same price. Well, yeah, if I had a choice between a GTS and a KC 18, I'm definitely going GTS on that for sure. Hatfield Barbecue, what's happening, Taylor? Good to see you in the chat. Give me 5-7 minutes, Ben, I'll jump on with you. All right, cool. That'll make this a little less awkward because, you know, it's only a matter of time. Like I start looking at the clock, it's like, I usually like to go from 6 to 7, do a solid hour. And then I get like 20 minutes in and it's like, holy God, I don't even have anything more to say. I just got nothing. But I've got the negative comments. Let me polish off the rest of this OGD and we're going to talk about these samples here real quick too. And then we'll wait for Brian to hop on before we get into it. I can get a second opinion on some of these comments. Yeah, there's like something chemical to that. That's so drastically different that I don't even think that, even if you are a neck pour believer, or if you do believe that just this getting down that far is going to change it, I think if you tasted this and you knew that that rubber stopper had been stuck in there for a few weeks, I think you would probably agree with me that it's probably more likely the rubber stopper because there is like a chemical taste to it a little bit. I don't think that drastic of a change would have happened. And not only that, but that style of a change, it definitely tastes like something had been introduced to the whiskey. And now I know that something had. So again, I feel bad I sent Rick a sample of this. I'll have to tell him to just ditch it. Speaking of Rick, he came slamming home with the Monster sample pack. And just as a little preview, coming up probably next week on the Bourbon Note, your boy here, courtesy of DRC, Rick, going to be dropping a review of Double Eagle Very Rare. So stay tuned for that. That's a whiskey I didn't think I'd probably ever get a chance to review. So yeah, that is courtesy of Big Rick Energy. All right, we have a guest, and it's not Brian. Ladies and gentlemen, America's favorite cowboy hat. Please welcome Sean. What's happening, brother?
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, not much. Just rushing to get down here. Had to make it for mean comments.
Well, I figured you enjoyed the last one so much. I figured you'd probably hop on for this one. And by the way, I am using new equipment tonight. Like I don't have my normal live stream set up. So if anybody in the audience can let us know if I'm using a different mic and everything. So if there's a volume issue, discrepancy or whatever, or if there's any sort of echo, just let me know in the comments. But I'm not hearing anything. Are you hearing anything?
No, sounds good.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I did. I actually bought new headphones too because I use this earbud all the time, and the damn thing always feels like it's falling out. So I bought some of those ones that have like the little ear thing that goes over, and I was gonna bust them out for the first time tonight, and I went to go use it, and it says battery low, and it's like I charged these things as soon as I bought them. They're supposed to have like 8 hours. And then I looked at them, and because they're the ones that charge in a little pod, you know?
Yeah.
And they shipped them with a little clear plastic cover, you know how they do that, like to keep the battery from you know, connecting? And so I was charging them with, so the pod charged fully, but the earbuds did not because they weren't connected. Nice. So Mr. Mom 310 is here.
I got some Temu specials. They're like C's. They just kind of go around the back of your ear and they hold in place. I mean, for like $5 on Temu, they're working fine. I use them at work and they get covered with all kinds of crap like paint and sawdust and stuff. So yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's what these are. There. I mean, I got them off of Amazon, but yeah, they're the ones that go over your ears. So that makes it definitely better. So how was your? I know you're not like a huge, you know, festive Christmas, you know, holiday guy, but how was your holiday season? I'm glad you made it through in one piece. You're here in 2026, so that's good. Yeah, when we're starting off with a bang, literally. But yeah, no, it was.
Yeah, we certainly are.
It was fine. I was sick for most of the holiday season, so that was fun. I had some I still kind of getting over it. Maybe you can hear in my voice, but kind of like a head cold and throat stuff. So that was fun. But they're mostly gone now. So.
Well, that's good. Is that a blessing in disguise for you? Give you a reason to not have to participate in festivities or whatever?
There was a couple different times that friends or family were like, "Hey, you want to come do a thing?" And I'm like, "No, I'm sick, so I can't do it." Oh well, unfortunate.
I mean, I don't want to make you sound like a Grinch. You know.
Oh well, that would be accurate. No, I'm not gonna. Everyone pretty well that knows me knows my feelings, so I won't rehash. But yeah, I don't care for the holidays. But
sure.
Yeah, anyway.
Were you here for the beginning with my OGD issues here?
I don't know if I caught the very beginning, but I heard you describing that maybe putting a rubber stopper in it has tainted the bottle.
Yeah. So the reason I busted this out is because, over the last few weeks, or a few weeks ago, I had a pour of this, and it just something tasted off about it. Like the flavor profile completely derailed. And I was like, well, that's weird. And I hate to rehash this for the audience, but just to catch you up, I did say I'm not a neck pour believer, but I have conceded in conversations with you in the Whiskey 6 that, you get to a certain point in the bottle where I could see that maybe it would start to, change a little bit, get some nuance. But this thing just went off the rails, and I was live talking about that, and I held the bottle up, and I looked, and there's a freaking rubber cork stuck in the bottom of my bottle. And so it was from pouring samples. I don't know if you can really see it, but
oh yeah, I mean I can see a little floater there. So how'd that end up in there?
It was from pouring samples. So I have, because this it's a wide mouth bottle, and so when I use the little spouts to pour, because the freaking sample bottles are so small, I bought the little bartender spouts.
Yeah.
And so I use that. They come with these adapters for wider mouth bottles. And so I must have put one on there that already had one of those adapters on, and when I pulled it off, freaking spout went into the bottle, and I didn't even notice that it was there. That has to be the explanation, because it tastes like a chemical or something. Like I was saying before, it tastes like something has been introduced to the whiskey. It's drastic enough that I was saying I don't even think people that would believe in the neck pour or the oxidization or whatever would think that's the cause over that frickin'
yeah, it's not going to change.
This was a $200 tater bottle.
yeah, it's not a cheap one. Maybe that's what's wrong with all of the Maker's Marks. I don't know.
Are you not a Maker's fan anymore? Because you've got a few of them in the background there. At least you used to.
Yeah, I do. I got 4 here, and they've been there quite some time. I think the most recent is the BRT2. Which, what was that? 2 years ago, 3 years ago? I don't even remember.
BRT, yeah, it was a couple years ago. Hey, Peter White is here. Wolf E is here. Wolf E, I don't know if you got my message on Patreon, but you won the Patreon samples like a month ago. And I didn't hear back from you for a while. I haven't checked it in a minute. My Patreon app sucks because I have my creator profile on Patreon, and then it has your member profile for when I want to go view people that I follow on Patreon. And it always defaults to the member profile, so I don't get a notification when somebody messages me on Patreon. So, Wolf E, send me an email at thebourbonnote@gmail.com, and I'll get samples out to you that do not include my busted-ass bottle of OGD.
Well, that's not just you, Ben. I have the same issues with Patreon. It'd be great if Patreon could work on their notification system, for sure.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I get messages all the time, and I don't check my Patreon often enough. That's on me. But yeah, I won't. Sometimes I've not messaged people back for 2-3 weeks, so I feel bad. But
yeah, exactly. Me too. No Cal Cracker is in the house. Let's see. I'm still learning Patreon. Yeah, I hear you, Wolfie. But yeah, you got some samples coming to you. So just hit me up with your address. Like I said, bourbonnote@gmail.com, and I'll get those sent out to you. I'll put something together here.
This guy, somebody was
all
wondering.
Right.
That's the exact. Yeah, BRT-02 is so 2022.
I don't think I had those
3 years.
I've still got 2021s open.
Yeah, I think I do as well. I have some FAEs I just never drink these. I'll pour a little bit just for the fun of it, and I'll be disappointed, I imagine.
So we have another guest.
Okay.
Yeah, the ringleader of the Whiskey Six. I don't have my soundboard, so I can't do any applause, but Brian from Bourbon School is in the house. Welcome. What's going on, brother?
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
Not much, man.
Can you
It's
hear me
going
okay?
well. It's good to see. Yeah, we can hear you just fine. It's good to hang with you guys because it has been a while since we've done a Whiskey Six. Like I was telling the audience, we've got another one next week. So, and I don't know. The problem is I don't know what we're possibly going to talk about.
It's
there's
really not
nothing
much
going on.
Not much going on, whiskey or otherwise. I mean, what the hell is going on?
I gotta say,
exactly.
It's unfortunate we're not going tomorrow because wow, what a what a way to kick the year off.
Well, it seems like 2026 so far is the gift that just keeps on giving. So who the hell knows where we're going to be a week from now?
I don't think there's any chance of it settling down before next Thursday, Sean. So I think we'll probably be okay.
There. Maybe by next week we'll be attacking Cuba and Greenland as well. Who knows? Oh yeah, that's I was talking.
I'm on
drinking.
I'm on the make Greenland great again bus.
There you go. Yeah.
Make Greenland great again. That's
Greenland does not approve, but yeah.
Well,
that's
the Dane.
Oh God, that bothers me so much about this bottle of OGT. It just pisses me off.
I'm convinced you're not drinking the right stuff. This is the Maker's Mark to get. It's so damn good.
So
I've passed on that 3 times now because of the $200 price point.
Yeah, and I didn't pay $200. I won it in a raffle, so I got it for like $15 total. Like I just entered 2 entries, and so I was lucky. But it is so freaking good. Oh my God.
So maybe with more age and different aging processes, it would be better here. So I find a commonality in Maker's Mark that there's always a little bit of kind of a nail polish thing on the finish.
Really?
It's just like a hint there, but it kind of ruined. And also it's a little bit too floral for me on the finish. I like a darker, spicier finish, and it just doesn't really do that.
Okay. I wonder if that's like a lot of people, like some people will say with some whiskey, like the acetone, is that kind of what you're talking about? Like,
yeah,
like kind of a chemically kind of thing?
Just a little bit like yeah.
See, and I always get just a ton of like wild cherry on Maker's Mark. Like I love it. Like it's a favorite.
I'm a big Maker's fan too.
I'm probably the odd one out, but that's fine.
I kind of find that with Maker's Mark, they have like Maker's Mark I don't think there's really another bourbon that it's kind of in a league of its own. I'm not saying like a league of its own, like it's better. It's just its flavor profile is definitely noticeably different than most other bourbons. I usually find it a little more desserty. And so I kind of find that like when I'm in the mood for a Maker's Mark, nothing else will do the trick. Like when you're in the mood for that, you gotta go Maker's Mark.
I guess I just never have that mood. I'm trying.
Yeah, so sometimes I'm just really in a desserty bourbon sort of move. Maybe Jim Beam will relocate to Greenland after the takeover to access their pure glacier water. That's true. Somebody asked if Greenland whiskey will now be considered bourbon. By the way, before we get into the negative comments here, I always like to have like a basic, not terribly expensive pour on hand. Knob Creek 9-year, 100 proof. Can't go wrong, right? Yep. This one is not hitting for me. And I don't know why. It's been a while since I've owned a bottle of it, and it's coming across as like I don't know. It just seems kind of like salty and like salted peanut, and that's like it. It's like very sharp. And I remember having a little bit of that, but I don't know. This time, for whatever reason, this bottle just not hitting. I mean, I don't dislike it, but it just, I don't know. It's been a while since I've had it.
The last time I bought a 750 of Knob Creek, and Knob Creek is like our house bourbon. Like I put it in my decanter. I always have it, like because you can pour it neat, you can mix it, like it's just all purpose. And so we always have it. The last time I bought a 750 of Makers, it was super rough and really like
you mean Knob Creek?
Tasted like Yeah, Knob Creek. Sorry, yeah. It was just really rough, and it was very peanutty. It didn't have like a lot of sweetness and caramel in it. I was like, holy shit, is Knob Creek going the way of Wild Turkey 101? Like, is it just going to be garbage now? And that was for you, Sean.
Yeah.
But
At least it's still
Then
age stated. Wild Turkey 101, like, I think they started putting out
Yeah, right.
lower age stuff. And
But I mean, also, what is Shelford Knob Creek now? What, 35, 40? Something like that?
$40. Yeah.
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 So
yeah, I think I
But then
paid.
so twice the price of 101.
The
Yeah.
last two times I
Yep.
bought it, I bought the big boy, like the 175. It's been great. Now, there's no science behind that. I'm not suggesting anything. It just happens that I bought the big ones lately because we go through a lot of it here, and both of those bottles have been fantastic. But that last 750 I bought was really bad. Did not enjoy it at all.
It could be that the larger bottles, because they don't sell as often, are older.
Older,
Is
yeah.
in older releases, and so maybe the new releases just aren't quite the same. They're cutting corners. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I kind
Yeah,
of
it
wondered.
could
And,
be.
yeah, it was just rough and sharp. It just didn't have any
Yep.
like layers to it. Didn't have like the sweetness is not there at all.
Yeah.
And that's always been one that I would always say is just like a can't miss. Can't go wrong with it.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Absolutely.
are you guys ready to get into some negative comments?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Now, you may have seen a couple of these in our Whiskey 6 text thread. And you know what? These ones are really not like, they're not necessarily mean. A couple of them are kind of mean. But there's just some rando negative comments that, and I can't see which ones are which. So let's just start out with one here. I don't know what this one you guys might have seen. I think I know what this one is. Let's see. All right, I have to go big on the screen. Okay, and I have crossed out the names on this because, as I did, said the last time I did negative comments live, this isn't meant to be, a clapback or anything. This is just all in good fun. So I'm
Right.
not trying to call people out and, a couple of my friends may have piled onto this guy already. So.
I think
it says
some of your friends might have.
Yeah, a couple of my friends did. It's like nice to know that my boys have got my back here. So it says, I like your content, but if you want to be a whiskey tuber, you need to educate yourself on all bourbon distilleries. Otherwise, you look like you don't know what you're talking about. This was in response to a video I did on Milam Green. So, excuse me
yep.
for not knowing a shit ton of information on Milam Green, which is not, not a huge distillery. So
Yeah. Also, by show of hands and in the chat, who cares about Milam Green? By show of hands. Like, is there
these
any
were
Milam
actually-
Green fanboys out there? I'm curious.
Well, and it's funny too because this particular video was that really cool, and that Brian and Deb sent over, where they took the same distillate and they aged it. They aged half of it in Texas and half of it in Kentucky, and then they released it as a 2-pack. So they did something super cool. Like, that's the type of cool shit that I think it's cool that distilleries are doing. But I think in that video, all I said was Milam Green isn't a distillery I know a lot about. Like, I don't think I sat and fumbled. I mean, it certainly wasn't my worst failure of knowing what I'm talking about. Definitely not.
And you didn't make a bunch of shit up about them. You just,
Yeah. And to
Yeah.
Peter White's point, I think Peter White is correct. I believe it is MGP source, so it's not even necessarily a distillery.
I'm looking that up right now because I thought they're Texas, and I thought maybe they were.
Entertain the
So
internet
they-
for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so this says is a transparent independent distillery that both sources barrels from places like Kentucky and Tennessee, and distills its own whiskey in Texas.
Okay,
So it looks like they're a bit of a mix.
Okay, the NoCal Cracker says source female owned Texas. Okay, I mean, them being female owned
yeah.
doesn't matter at all to me. That's like whatever, but
Right.
so they're. But I mean, I imagine, much like a lot of newer distilleries, they're probably primarily sourcing, I would guess.
Yeah, I think so. It's probably, 10% of their own stuff just to say their own stuff's in it,
And
Yeah,
so
I would imagine.
But as I commented when you shared that with the group chat there, Ben, like there are, regardless of what your trade is, there are guys in all kinds of trades that don't know everything about the trade, and that's what you do to actually make money. So I think asking a YouTuber that is basically just doing this as a hobby to know everything about every distillery is an insane ask. So yeah.
Agree.
Well, and I think I replied to that, and I think I said something like, hey, part of this is just me learning from the audience too. Like that's the fun of this whole thing is like, getting information from other people. You learn as you go. And some of these are not negative. They're just, I thought they were kind of stupid. I don't even know if I shared the rest of these with you.
Okay.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't mind, like, if somebody, tells me I'm dog shit at making content or whatever, there's an argument to be made for that. But then some of them, it's just like it's either the audacity of the person or it's sometimes it's just stupidity. This one's a little bit of both, I think, if I remember correctly. All right. This person was mad at me over my bangers, bust, and overhyped 2025.
Yeah, I remember this guy.
So, I don't know which bottles in particular he was all worked up about it, but it says, so basically you're just going against the grain. You dislike whatever everyone else likes. You're the too cool for the room guy. Okay, we get it. It's okay to like, and what it says is like what everybody else likes. I don't know which bottles he was pissed about, because I said in the ones that I thought were busts was Weller CYPB and Elmer T. Lee, which I don't know a ton of people who are super hardcore stands for those bottles.
No.
Well, the Buffalo Trace stands are, but...
Well, here's the worst part. I actually am probably more of a Buffalo Trace stand than anybody in our friend group. Or I said that... in the overhyped comment section, I put Wild Turkey 101 8-year, which I preface with, it's a really good bourbon. I really like it. I'm glad I have a bottle of it, and I think it's worth the price. So, and then I said the same thing about the Jack Daniel's Heritage. I said, it's a great bottle. I got a sample of it. I liked it enough that I went out and bought a bottle after I had sampled it and review it. And I would recommend you go out and buy a bottle too. The reason I put it in the overhyped is because it seems like a bottle that's getting so much love that people, it's a prime one for people to get ripped off on.
So, on that one specifically, Ben, what's interesting about that one is that because they're single barrels, some people could just be getting absolutely hitter barrels, and so it's kind of the Blanton's thing all over again, which is why I'm not a fan of that either. One guy gets an amazing Blanton's and then everybody rushes out to buy them, and then everybody else gets mediocre Blanton's. So I hope that Jack doesn't succumb to that kind of same thing, but time will tell.
Well, and when that first came out, I was so excited to get it, but then I heard there were a lot of mixed reviews, and people, people said, in fairness, this is a single barrel. I could have got a bad barrel. We've gotten 3 bottles. All 3 have been great, fantastic. And I don't
think I've heard anybody not just completely over the moon over it.
Brad's bourbon reviews didn't love his, and
you know what? You're right. I think I just recently finally saw that.
Right, but he did say that, he made the caveat that they're single barrels, and somebody big didn't like it very much, and I can't remember who it was. But again, that's like you said, Sean. That's the risk with a single barrel, because I haven't had a Blanton's that I thought was over the moon, but people love it.
I've had 1 out of 13, Brian.
Blanton's, yeah.
Thanks to friends and samples and stuff, and then my own buying, I've had 13 different Blanton's total, and 1 was exceptional. So if that's a good ratio for you, then
Right. I've had a Blanton's Gold, and that was really good. I was like, they should just sell this all the time and get rid of the 94 proof or whatever it is. But
I agree. Blanton's Gold is good.
Your comment though here, Ben.
So this is the same guy commenting twice on the same video. And this is where I say the audacity of people. It says, I don't understand why you don't show an image of the bottle you're talking about. It doesn't make sense. Not sure if it's laziness or ignorance. And then puts fix it with an exclamation point. It's like, oh shit, let me get right on that. I'm sorry. You know,
Sorry,
that is the most Karen response. Like it's like to
Yeah.
me, like I'm just picturing this guy on the phone and like complaining to a manager, be like, fix it, click, and just like being like, yeah, I showed them. It's this. This is the one. This is probably the first comment I've seen of many negative comments on your channel, our channel, wherever, where I was like, wow, what a dick. Like I did not like this one at all. It was very like, to demand you fix it is like,
I imagine this is
that's what I mean. It's like, it's the nerve of it. It's like, I'm sorry that the free content you're consuming isn't up to par.
Right.
Make your own fucking channel.
Yeah.
The funny part is, oh, go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, like, I mean, to your point, it's not like he's paying for this. This isn't like some paid subscription or something. I mean, and same thing with the other comment, you know, if this were like a college course and you felt like you weren't getting what you wanted out of it, then sure, you're paying, you know, a lot of money for that. This is free on YouTube, sir.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
exactly. And so after that guy demanded that, then I got this one. I second the complaint about not showing the bottle while discussing it. Definitely won't subscribe until you care enough to put the effort in. So here's the funny part about this whole thing that I thought was hilarious. So I've been doing this for 5 years now. Hundreds and hundreds of videos I've done. And this one, I think, is maybe the only one I've done where I didn't actually put an image of the bottle on it. The reason for that is I came up with the idea to do this list while I was at work the day before New Year's. I filmed it, edited it, and directly posted it so it would be up for New Year's. So I didn't have time to get bottle images of 10 bottles that I don't have, and then edit them down to, you know, PNG files, and then get them uploaded, and then edit each one into the screen. So, you know, I thought, well, usually I put an image of the bottle up, but this time, and to be perfectly honest, it bothered me a little bit not to do it because I'm nothing if not consistent. But apparently that's not good enough for these people. So that's what I found funny. It's like, go look back at any other video I've done over the course of the last 5 years. If I don't have the bottle, unless it's a sample, because then the bottle's in the thumbnail. But if I'm doing a list or whatever, I will usually put the bottle image on there. So it's just funny because these people obviously don't watch my channel. And then I won't be subscribing until you care enough to put the effort in. It's like, okay.
Well, sir, if you are looking for hot bottle image content, Bourbon School always puts the bottle on the screen. So go ahead and give us a subscribe.
There you go. Go subscribe to Bourbon School. And, you know, I appreciate every new subscriber, but I'm not going to grovel for it. I'm just putting out content, and I'm hoping you subscribe because you enjoy it or get some value out of it.
Right.
Ben, your response to the not showing the bottle comment was very funny to me. So.
Oh yeah, he said, I'm not sure if it's laziness or ignorant, and so I wrote back and I said it's laziness and it's only going to get worse. That's my goal for 2026. Right. Myron is in the house. What's going on, Myron? Feel free to hop on if you want.
Cheers, Myron.
Cheers, Myron.
Let's catch up with the chat here a little bit. Keyboard warrior syndrome.
Yep.
Deb always asks me questions I can't answer and makes me look like ass. That's hilarious.
Marianne does that as well.
Their wives for, right?
It's fun. It's fun. I want to know, Brian he just cracked a RBF or something. What is that?
What now?
I didn't know what that stood for. He said, hold on. He said, cracked the RHF last night and really liked it. I don't know what RHF is. Anybody know what that stands for?
Hey, Brian. If you want to be a whiskey tuber, you're going to have to know information on all distilleries and abbreviations for different bottles and stuff. So
might as well hang it up.
Otherwise, you're going to look like you don't know what you're talking about.
I'm quitting.
Hang up the whiskey tube. Oh, Rock
That's
Hill.
it.
Hang it up.
Say goodbye to Bourbon School. That's it, guys. We're hanging it up.
It's funny because I actually I had said that at the beginning too. Like half of these abbreviations now, there's so many of them that I end up having to look it up to see what it is. It's like, by the way, Dave Renstrom, I am sipping on this Paul Sutton 6-year cask strength that you sent. This is really good. South Lindale pick. That's a really nice whiskey. It's cast strength at 100 proof, which is interesting.
So
Speaking of
it's Rock Hill
samples-
Farms, and I got to say, that is a bottle I rarely ever think about.
That's a Buffalo Trace.
Christian-
Is that a Buffalo Trace product?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Okay.
What, Rock Hill Farms?
Yeah.
Wildly unexceptional.
I've never had that one before. That's one of the few I have never gotten to taste.
I have not had it either.
Cheers, Neil.
Speaking of samples, I did see you mentioned Rick's samples that he sent us. He sent us a bunch of bangers. I'm sure he's appreciating that you've sent some OGD, whatever that is, that is turned on you.
Yeah.
I was already insecure enough with the samples I was sending him after he sent that huge sample pack.
Dude,
And now I've sent him tainted whiskey. So let me read a couple comments and we'll get into the next screenshot here. Regularly go to the Panda Express at my local mall and yell at the person giving away free samples about their food not being up to par. I love it. Thomas Anderson is here. Cheers, everyone. I'm not watching any more of your videos until you grow a big beard. Well, you're going to be waiting a long time because this is 25 years of growth right here. This is the best I can do.
There you go.
Let's see. Who else did I see in here? Where is... I saw one that I wanted to get to. Damn it. Where is it?
I have a little bit of a Rick sample right now myself, actually. I went through all these Saturday. Man, I was telling everybody in chat, like, if you had to pay for the flight that Rick sent us, it would, I can't even imagine what it would cost.
Forget it. Yeah.
Probably a few $100 just for, like, 1 ounce pour of each.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Rick went above and beyond. Yeah, just crazy.
Cheers to you, Rick. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers, buddy, if you're seeing this.
Myron says, if it ain't WT 101 OGD or OF 100, I have to look them up too. Well, give yourself credit, Myron. You probably know like ECBP, but beyond that, that's like...
Right.
Yeah. Is that just us getting old? Like, have we been in the whiskey tube game long enough that...
You know what, though? I don't think so. Like, I think it's just people come up with their own abbreviations for stuff. Because I know what Rock Hill Farms is, but it's just not front of my mind where if you say RHF, I'm like, oh yeah, Rock Hill Farms. Like, so, there's the accepted abbreviations that everybody uses, and then there's the shit that Brian Fisher just makes up.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also, again, like, is this a bottle we really think about much? It's not like in the zeitgeist of commonly talked about bottles, so.
I think when it comes around, there are like those Buffalo Trace like nerds who really are like, ooh, I'm getting a Rock Hill Farms. It does not move the needle for me, but there's not much Buffalo Trace that moves the needle for me unless it's got deer horns on it. So
yeah, I agree, Brian. I think. Yeah, outside of the BTAC line, just Standard Stag is the only other bottle I really care about.
Yeah, I've enjoyed Weller 107. I think that's the best of the Weller line, but
sure,
I don't need to have
love
it on my
Antique
shelf
107.
Yes,
yeah.
It's delicious. It's delicious.
If I could get it regularly for $60, then I would, but can't.
Somebody just posted they were at Buffalo Trace today, and it was like shelves and shelves of Antique 107 for $60. There's probably hundreds of bottles there. Yeah,
I might have to take a drive up there. I haven't been to Buffalo Trace in a while.
Yeah,
I will say that for its stats, now you got to keep the caveat, for its stats, at its normal price of $25-ish, 90 proof, it's hard to beat regular Buffalo Trace at that price and at that proof.
Yeah,
it's a fine budget bottle.
Yeah,
it just has a nice profile.
And it's one of those ones like we had people over a few weeks ago that weren't big bourbon drinkers, and I had nothing to offer them because it was all 110 or higher. And I said, we need to keep like some 90 proofers on the shelf. And like probably Woodford, Elijah Craig, and Buffalo Trace would be the ones I kept for like the rookies or the people who don't like high proof. I'd have a bottle around. It's still not totally easy to find around here.
Huh.
No, it's not here either.
Brian, I would be curious, sir, because you traded an E.H. Taylor single barrel plus $20 for Rock Hill Farms. I'd be curious now that you've had it. Would you rather have your A.H. Taylor single, or wait, is that a small batch? Maybe even small batch.
Probably a small batch. I'm guessing a small batch.
Yeah. Either way, though,
so-
I'd be curious what you'd rather have.
I'm having a pour of DASWPSMMM. There we go. If you don't know what that is, I don't know what to tell you. Don't have a channel. No, this is from Dave Renstrom. This is Dark Arts Stuff and Whiskey Private Selection, Mackenzie's Marvelous Madeira. And I am saving some of these so I can still use them for reviews.
Dark Arts is not
I'm
bad.
very-
I mean, it's all sourced.
Yeah,
but it's
I
good.
like it.
Is it?
It's
MGP
sourced, but
as well?
they do cool stuff with it. They're
Yes.
doing interesting,
Yes.
really interesting finishes with it.
I believe the majority of it is MGP. They might get it from other places as well, but like this, I have 3 bottles. So distilled in Indiana, and distilled in Kentucky. So
Okay,
they source it from more than just MGP.
gotcha.
So,
Interesting.
Ooh,
but they do some nice finishes for sure. Is that good?
oh man, that's really good. That is pipe tobacco all day. Oh,
What
wow.
is the finish on that? Is there a finish on it? Or is it
Madeira?
just a,
Madeira?
oh, okay.
Madeira.
Like, is that like Spanish, like sherry or something?
Black Jeep.
Yeah.
Black Jeep wants to know
That
if you have
is,
a picture of the Dark
Yeah,
Arts bottle.
where's the picture at, Ben? Oh, we don't see any pictures here.
Black.
Pictures are bullshit.
Yeah,
man.
I know. I just
I'm leaving. No pictures.
Freaking amateur.
can't cancel the subscriptions. Let's see, the everyday pour. I never say Basil Hayden is worth having, except to have around for someone who isn't a bourbon person. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely an approachable whiskey. Honestly, I don't even recommend that for new bourbon drinkers either, though. I even just go with something. I used to, but now I just start them out at 90. Peter White,
Yes.
fix it.
Agree.
Madeira finish can
Basil-
make even Dickel tolerable.
Fair enough.
Basil Hayden's will make people hate bourbon. Like if you use that as the first bourbon you give to somebody, they're gonna be like, yeah, maybe bourbon's not for me. Like you need something with a little more to it.
Yeah, it's not interesting enough.
No.
God, that's really good. I don't know if I've had a Madeira cask. I know I think I have, but this makes me a little curious about. I'm still not going to buy it, but that Woodford special edition that they put out with the Found North was okay. That's the one. Thank you, Dave. Man, that's really good. It's got a pipe tobacco note that my grandpa always had this little like jar, like a leather bound jar that was like a tobacco holding thing, whatever, jar. That wasn't like a jar, like a glass jar, but it was like a little pipe tobacco decanter, if you will. And I always used to open that up and smell it because I love the way the pipe tobacco smelled. And this on the palate tastes like that smells.
Are those your first Dark Arts, Ben? Is that your first Dark Arts?
I've had the Blunt Blend, which is really good. They just started selling in Minnesota not that long ago, but it not a tobacco pouch, but it was just like a decanter for tobacco. It had like a little sealed thing, and you pop it open and scoop the tobacco out.
Nice.
But yeah, they just started selling in Minnesota not that long ago, and they run around the $100 price range. But that's damn good. I mean, if you're gonna pay $100 for a whiskey, it might as well be something they did something cool with. 36% rye. Yeah, that's really good. See, everyday pour. Brian, I disagree. Well, Basil Hayden sucks. It was the bourbon that actually got my wife to drink bourbon. It's a sample of one, so it's 100% accurate. I would agree. I don't think the reason that I think you still could get away with Basil Hayden's for a beginner if you wanted to is if they're looking for something smooth. They're not looking to kind of pick apart. Like now when I go back to Basil Hayden's, I notice that it's watered down and it's lacking a lot, and it actually kind of like a humidor, I guess. Yeah, it was like a sealed thing. You know, it had little, it would pop open. But there was no device to, like, it was just a standalone jar.
Yeah.
But
so my go-to is usually Elijah Craig. And like if there's somebody who like really likes sweet stuff, I'll either make them an old fashioned or give them Woodford double oaked. And like Woodford double oaked has been very successful for us to get people to enjoy bourbon. Like it's a very good starter because it's so sweet. Like who's going to be like, oh, that's gross? It's like toasted marshmallows. It's delicious.
Yeah, that and Old Forester 1910, likewise.
Yes.
I've had a lot of success with both of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
And those two are very similar. There's a lot of flavor overlap there. Both Brown Forman, both double oaked. Around the, I think they're the same, or basically the same proof.
Yeah.
It's funny. I think I told you guys this before, but so I bought a Woodford double oak not that long ago, and I told my wife, who does not drink bourbon, I was like, well, my friends over at bourbon school, they always say like this is a good one, like this is what got Marianne into drinking bourbon. And I was like, so just try this one. My wife likes nosing whiskey, and she's good at picking out nosing notes, but she just doesn't like the flavor. And she takes a sip of it. This is a perfect impression of her. She just goes, takes a sip, and she goes, no. That was it. She just paused for a couple seconds. She gave it a fair fighting chance and just went, no. And then just walked into the living room. She tried.
She didn't leave you.
So what is your wife
guessing?
What does your wife generally drink then? If anything at all?
Yeah, she drinks, but she's a beer drinker, you know. She likes to make different, like if we're just hanging around, like drinking, you know, like sitting at the bar playing games, having a few drinks. We usually drink beer, or she usually does. But she'll make, cocktails once in a while. Like she's been kind of on a kick lately with like rum chata, eggnog sort of drinks because of the holidays. But for the most part, yeah, like if we go on vacation, then she'll do like, cocktails, fruity cocktails and beer.
Cool.
Let's see. I picked up a JD Heritage from Alberta. Very tasty. Well, it's nice that they're at least selling it up there. All right, let's get into our next negative comment. This is funny because I think I shared this with you guys. I can't remember if I did or not. This wasn't negative towards me, but negative towards another commenter, which is kind of a... But he said, the guy that said Duke Blue Devils, this was in reference to seeing a Four Roses single barrel strength for like 115. So he says, never had them, I've seen them, but we're always 120 to 130. I always pass at that price, which I would too. I would pick it up for 120, 130.
Agreed.
Same.
And for no reason, like, what are you basing this on just because he said he wouldn't spend 120, 130? He says, let me guess, you like the low-proof, young finish stuff with celebrity endorsements. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, just because somebody's not going to pay $30 over MSRP for a bottle of whiskey, you have to come at them like that? It's like,
why do you exist, sir? We can do without it.
Just a shit post on people.
Yeah.
I know, that's the thing. And it's like, I don't mind negative comments. They don't bother me. They don't keep me up at night. But what I always do is I try to put myself in the frame of mind of like, with my personality, when I go online and I view stuff, like what it would take to get me to leave just a negative comment for the sake of leaving a negative comment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's no reason for this guy to do this. You know? Like if I get something wrong, most of the time people are nice about it. They're like, hey man, it's actually this, X, Y, and Z. And I'm happy to get those comments. But then some people are, it might come at you like, you're a fucking idiot because this is, whatever. Like, there's a way to approach those things. But like this was completely unprovoked, completely like, he wasn't even going at me. He was just going at somebody else. And it's like, can you, like, what mindset would you have to be in to go and just make a comment like that to somebody? Like, you're just being a dick for the sake of being a dick. There's just no, you're not getting anything back. Like, do you make that comment and then just kick back and be like, yeah.
Yep, got him.
I showed that guy. Zing!
It's like people who go online and just make negative or crude comments.
Oh, Thomas Anderson. I love it.
Nice.
Mr. Anderson.
Probably
comments of the
Think
night.
of yourself.
It's soda.
They probably own a daycare in Minnesota.
Oh boy, here we go.
But
you found the grumpy old troll that lives under the bridge.
Ben, funny enough, so back when I was making content, I did a series called How Much Should You Pay? And it's primarily around tater bottles because, especially at that time, this was 2-3 years ago, people were really overpaying. And actually became one of my most successful kind of series because of people tatering out. And I used
Sean, I'm still listening. I just got to go behind the camera real quick, but I can still hear you.
Cool. I used to get those kinds of comments all the time, like how, I only like trash whiskey. You don't know what you're talking about. All you like is garbage. That's why you won't pay more than such and such for whatever bottle. And I would just be like, can you see my background? I don't. Right. Are you even watching the video? Clearly, I'm surrounded by hundreds of bottles.
And the thing about that take is it's perfectly reasonable. To say I don't want to pay $30 more than what you should pay for a Four Roses single barrel it's not a hot take.
Yeah.
It's just, that's what most people would say.
Well, also, as a person that's had a few, even the good ones aren't that special. I've had some good ones and they were, they would finish, I had one that finished in my top 10 of the year. I think it placed 7th, and that's one of the better ones I've ever had. So, just think, in the context, that was 7th of that year. Put that across all the whiskey I've had, it's not it'd probably be 40th, at least. Right. It's not, so why would I overpay? It's just very strange people.
Well, apparently if you don't, you're just a loser who likes, whatever.
I am.
Traveler.
All right. So speaking
whiskey.
of people saying, obviously you just don't want to buy whiskey. I've gotten a couple of these. These ones just kill me. Do you buy anything? My guess is no, window shopper. So if you're familiar with the bourbon hunting shorts that I post, I'll just, when I'm at the liquor store, I'll go over to the bourbon section. I'll do a quick 10-second video. Hey, here's this bottle. Here's how much it costs. Is it available in your area? What do you think? Sort of thing. Just to kind of stir a conversation about, what's going on in your area or whatever.
Right.
And apparently, apparently that's wildly offensive to this guy and this next person who says, let me get it up here.
So these people clearly aren't watching your long form content.
No. It says, Hunts never buys. Yeah, clearly, I never buy whiskey. I've been putting up 2 whiskey reviews a week for 5 fucking years. And granted, I've been lucky enough. Yeah, this is all a green screen. And, definitely I get some samples sometimes, and of course I review those, so not everything I review is a purchased bottle, but it's the other thing is, dude, that's not the point of this video. Watch the video. Do you need me to film myself at the cash register? What do you want me to do? Or do you want me to do a recap of which bottles I bought? Because it's
here's my receipt.
Yeah, so for the audience, here's how I do this. I'll explain how I do these, why I do these bourbon hunting shorts and how I do them. So I'll go into a liquor store, and regardless of what I'm there to buy, if I'm there to buy a case of beer, I'll go over to the bourbon section, and I'll pick out a couple of bottles, and I'll do a quick thing. Here's this bottle. Maybe I've never had it. Let me know. Is it worth buying? Or here's this bottle. This is one of my favorites. Did you like it? Here's this bottle. It's new to Minnesota. Is it available in your area?
Right.
Just for the sake of, like I said, getting that conversation going, because then I hear, it wasn't Canadian Chris.
Sorry, eh?
But, so I'll film 5 different bottles on one trip to the liquor store, and then I'll release one of those shorts every day, just to keep just some sort of short 10-second, And so if I bought a bottle for every video I put up, I don't buy a bottle of bourbon every day of my life. Who does that? It's maybe I just picked up some fucking peppermint schnapps for a cocktail we made at Christmas that time I went to the liquor store. It's It's just the stupidest.
Professionals
It's
and people who are dedicated do it, Ben. Professionals and people who are dedicated buy every day.
yeah.
Clearly, none of us
Yeah.
are taking this serious enough.
That's right.
Oh, by the way, I meant to say something. I totally forgot on that previous comment where that guy attacked another commenter and said, "Let me guess, you know, like this, and that." There's a function on YouTube when you read a comment. If you click on the person's thumbnail, it'll show you all the other comments they've made on your videos.
Nice.
And like 2 weeks before that, he made a comment about how he doesn't buy a bottle because it's overpriced.
Fun.
I think it was about Kentucky Spirit. So that was hilarious. I was just like, dude, you did the same thing like a week ago, and now you're
like,
just
shot that and attach it below his other comment. That would have been great.
yeah.
Perfect.
I know. I thought about that. I was like, I wish I could attach a picture. So yeah, it's just I find those ones funny. It's like, how the hell would you possibly know if I did or didn't buy something? Is it like just because like if I did buy something, of course I have to post that? Like. It's just, so funny. And I think on both of the comments, I had bought a bottle. I just didn't feel the need to film myself buying it, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
And put
Also,
that
it'd
up
be
like,
kind of awkward if you filmed yourself during the purchasing part of the.
yeah. Maybe they just want one of those crotch shots, you know, that people take in their car with the steering wheel, and they always have their watch in there.
Mercedes or BMW. It's always one of those two.
Yep. Yeah, those are the only people that take those pictures.
Oh, the crotch shots. Oh my God.
I drive a 2010 Ford Fusion and I don't wear a watch, so I don't know what to tell you, bud.
Yeah, there you go.
You're not going to get any cool pics like that. No pics means it didn't happen. I can tell you what I bought the last 2 times I filmed shorts at that liquor store that guy commented on. I bought an Old Forester 100 and I bought a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
Nice.
If that guy ever watches this video, you can finish now.
Not good
Now
enough.
that you know.
Good enough.
Yeah. The
Ben.
suspense is
Ben?
over.
Ben, that is exactly what I thought when you were like, I don't buy something every time. And I'm like, you need to buy something so that I can,
Yeah.
finish it off.
No. Yeah,
I
it's
was right
just,
there with
it's so funny. And it's like, here's the thing. Why do you give a shit if I buy something or not?
Yeah.
Like, why do you care? Like, I can't imagine going onto somebody else's YouTube page and just getting mad that they're in the store, and even if I didn't buy something, like, buy something.
Maybe he lives
You
in
know?
some area where there's just a lot of social media presence that come into liquor stores that never buy anything, and he has some kind of vendetta.
It could be, because there
Maybe
was
he's a
actually
store
another
owner.
person that actually said something, and this was a while ago, so I don't have it screenshotted, but it said something like, I think he made a window shopping reference. I guess maybe that's a thing. He says, is that all you do is window shop? And then he wrote, buy something with an exclamation point. It's like, again, I don't buy any whiskey. Fix it. I'm just going to use that as a thing from now on. Fix it.
Now, anytime any of us screw up on Whiskey 6, that's what we need to say to each other. Fix it.
Fix it.
Fix it.
You're gonna
per that
your
one
new
guy.
rep is gonna be the looky Lou of Whiskey Tube. That's Ben.
Yeah.
Looky Lou of Whiskey
I just go
Tube.
around, look at bottles, and I don't buy anything at all.
That's
This
right.
again, this like you said, Sean. This is all green screen, and none of this is real.
Right. None of this.
This isn't real. We can just get that out of here. I probably should do a Patreon drawing.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me
do it.
see. I am behind on that. So let me see if my. Let's see.
I put stuff
All
in my
right,
cart.
let's.
Sometimes they throw discounts your way.
Every time I see a new bottle, there you go.
And I've gotten that, Brian. Brian said I put stuff in my cart and let it sit. Sometimes they throw discounts at you. And I have gotten that where I fill a cart and you'll get that still thinking email. It'll say, here's 10% off. And I'm like, yes, now I'll buy it. So that does happen sometimes.
Yeah, I did that with Temu a month ago, and then I just never went back to Temu. And it's still trying to get me to buy the stuff that's in my cart, I think.
They're going to
a lot
lower
of
it. They're
shopping
going to
on
pay
Temu,
you to
dude.
buy it at some point.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's going to give samples of OGD16. No thanks.
Yeah.
It's just 4 samples of OGD 16.
Yeah, it's just going to be samples of this trashed bottle. You know how much this pisses me off that this happened?
Well, because it's $200
Now I'm inclined
a
to-
bottle.
Yeah, I know. Brian, you had a sample of it. You guys really liked it. I thought
Delicious.
it was great. I wouldn't buy it again for $200, but it was a splurge tater bottle for me.
Yep.
And now, I don't know. All right, I'm going to add this wheel of names to the thing here. So these are just the remaining Patreon supporters that haven't won yet. So as soon as everybody wins something, then I'll go back to the full Patreon list and we'll do it that way. But I want to do it kind of like how Troy and Laura do it, where you make sure everybody gets a win. So these are the last 1, 2, 3, 4 people. So let's see what we've got here. By the way, this is for December. I know I'm late on that. Bike riding Brian Vaughn. That works out perfect because I already know what I'm going to send to bike riding Brian Vaughn. So that's awesome. Congratulations, bike riding Brian Vaughn. If you're not watching, I'll shoot you an email here. Let's see. Thomas Anderson, loved the OGD16 and even grabbed a backup last year. Ben needs a Glen Cairn with the inscription, fix it. I will make a t-shirt that says fix it. For sure.
That's right.
Just in honor of that guy.
The OGD 16 is good. The $200 price tag is tough, and I don't know about where you guys are. It's sitting around everywhere here. Like it's all over here. Like people are just not buying
And it's $200 there too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's still $200. Yeah.
It's only at what I call museums, and it will continue to sit because they still have it marked up. They
haven't marked up above 200.
I stream, so I won't say more things.
Wait, what?
Particular
Burn
kind,
it down, Sean.
There's a particular kind of people around here that own a lot of shops, and they just insist on keeping things marked up indefinitely. It seems like.
Got it.
I'm completely lost. Andrew's Allocations, Minnesota. What's going on, man?
Stream, so.
Hey, can one of the mods drop a link for Andrew's Allocations, Minnesota? He goes out and does some bourbon hunting and stuff around Minnesota.
Oh, nice.
I'll be back in
He's
a
a
lot
newer channel, I believe. Newer to me, anyway. So, newer channel. So, yeah, go help a fellow Minnesotan out.
There you go.
You've got a lot of guys.
And, yeah, anybody else? Yeah, drop links if you could before we get out of here for... Sean, what are you primarily streaming on now? Are you going back and forth between Mash and Metal and Whiskey Wars?
I hop back and forth. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, probably the best way to know is, if you don't feel like subscribing, is just join my Patreon for free. There's the free option. I really recommend that for everybody. If you follow a thing, join their Patreon for free. Then at least you can communicate with it. Speaking of, Ben, I say that, and I don't know that I'm a free Treon of yours. Actually, Bombergers, Shanks, and sitting everywhere. Oh, there you go.
Nah.
Yeah, those are everywhere in Minnesota. Dave Renstrom is from Minnesota as well, and yeah, those things are everywhere.
I feel like I've joined Bourbon School for free. I don't know. I rarely get on Patreon. I probably should.
I'm a Patreon. I'm a member of both your Patreons. That's all I'll say.
How do I do this? Okay,
I don't think I'm a member of yours either, Sean. After all this time, so we'll have to.
Switch. How do I do the? There we go. Member.
So anyway, if we could drop links to Bourbon School, Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiast, that was in the chat, Bourbon Drop in the chat, Andrew's Allocation in the chat, Whiskey Wars, Mash and Metal. Anybody, if we've got a second here before we get out of here, we'll give a little time if one of the mods wants to help out with that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Any
Brian,
other channels that I missed that were in here?
Everyday Pour was here a little earlier too.
Everyday Pour. There we go. Sorry.
No, that.
And if we don't get the links up, just go. You can probably see their in the chat here. So definitely go support them. Willie Dean Nelson. That link was dropped earlier. So let's see. How often do you live stream? I used to go every Wednesday, every other Wednesday then, and now I've really been, there you go, at the Everyday Pour.
There you go.
And it's been sporadic because during November, I had a kind of a family situation, medical situation with a family member in the hospital. Everything turned out great, so that's good. But that took up some time. And then holidays and stuff, my house is kind of buzzing during the holidays because the kids come home from college and they stay, here. And so the basement is kind of where they all hang out, and that's where the live streaming is. So I just kind of, put a pause on that, let them have the space. So I'll get back to it a little more often, but I usually do Wednesdays. So yeah, I try to put a post up at least in the morning before I go live, although sometimes I forget. So yeah, it depends. I have to get better about going live and actually like coming up with content to talk about, so I don't just sit here and run out. That's where you guys come in. It's like, okay, if you guys want to hop on, it will bail me out of sitting here alone talking into the wind.
Yeah, it's a lot better to bounce off of people than to sit here talking by yourself, for sure.
Yeah, for
definitely.
sure. So what do you guys have coming up?
I imagine Saturday I will have some things to say about something.
I would imagine you do. That doesn't surprise me at
Whatever
all.
will you talk about, Sean?
I don't even know. So little going on.
Yeah.
I'd love to bring things up now, but this is not my stream, so I won't do so. Yeah, it's a interesting world we're living in.
Here
Let's
you go,
see. Hold
Ben.
on a
You've
second.
got a
Let's
local
see.
asking you a question.
Yeah, big ticket KG21. Well, hey, welcome. That's awesome. New to the channel. Let's see. Don't beat me up, chat commentary about what, as a Minnesota resident and a whiskey bourbon newbie, and to your channel, what do I have to do to find a bottle of Antique 107 here and not pay $2.50? I would say that your best bet is to try to get into a raffle at a store. You're probably not going to find that on the shelves anywhere here. I've purchased 2 in my life. Well, actually, I traded for one and purchased one in the last 5 years, so you're not going to probably see them on the shelf. I think I saw one for $170 or something, but I wouldn't pay that for it. But if you want it for under $2.50. But I would say get into a raffle. Go up to Spirits Liquor in Melrose if you ever have a chance. I don't know where you live, but it's a little out of the way. It's a ways away from the metro area, but they do raffles where all you have to do is show up in person and fill out a raffle thing. No purchase necessary. And you can show up once a day and put your name in the raffle. And they've always got great bottles. And a lot of times they have the Antique 107. So yeah, I would say so. Maple Grove. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see it for cheap if I do see it. I mean, you've got the MGM over there in Maple Grove that's got the frickin' museum, which is ridiculous. There's a store over in Maple Grove. It's an MGM. Which MGM is like a chain around Minnesota, and it's so weird because some of their stores are great and some of them are terrible. The Maple Grove one, I would say, falls on the terrible side because their prices are just higher than all the other MGM locations, and then they've got a big glass case where they've got like Pappies and shit, but they've got like Coy Hill for $600, and
Another option I was just thinking of, Ben, maybe alternatively open a daycare center and then you could afford whatever whiskey you want.
You get any bottle you want.
Yeah, so just a thought. I don't know what you're doing for work, but
I was waiting for all, me being a Minnesota guy, for all the Minnesota content. I mean, I've definitely heard about it in our group chat for sure.
Well,
yeah,
now that now that you're not going to have
funny
the same
having
governor,
Minnesota kind of being the talk of the country. Yeah, and our governor.
It might not be as easy now that he's not running for re-election.
it's true. Got a little while though.
Yeah,
still.
that's true. Andrew's allocations. If you could get a Weller foolproof store pick for $125, would you do it? I would be tempted. For a store pick, I would be tempted.
A Weller foolproof? I probably, well, no. Like, it sounds like, yeah, like I'm like you, Ben. I'd be tempted. I'd probably end up bitching out on that, though, and not buying it.
My big thing is, like, most of the time the whiskeys aren't worth that. But B, like, I just on principle don't like to participate in it. I don't know. It makes me feel like even though I know what the MSRP is and I'm willing to pay $60 more or double the price for it because it's rare and hard to find. I do get that there is kind of a rare and hard to find tax. And if it's not a liquor store doing it, if it's a gentleman's agreement, I don't really have a problem with that. But like if I go into a liquor store, I'm just like I take it personally. When I see their awful prices, it's like I feel like I'm being insulted as a customer, and then at that point, I'm just like,
there are stores I refuse to shop at, the ones I was referring to earlier, because, like you said, it feels insulting. It's like, to me, it feels like you think that I don't know what this costs, and so you can just charge whatever you want.
And I say that all the time. Like I have 4 stores in my little town, and 2 of them I won't shop at. They're owned by the same people, and it's because you walk in and the prices on some of the stuff is like, oh, you're just waiting for somebody who doesn't know anything. Like you're just hoping that somebody is ignorant enough to pay that price, and it's insulting, like you said.
Or they're waiting for somebody to come in that's looking for a gift for their boss who they heard is into bourbon, Right.
Yeah.
Okay, is $125 too much for a Jack 10? I think isn't that like 100?
I think it's like 90 or 100, yeah. I don't think that's too crazy.
I mean,
too much for me, but I don't really. Yeah.
So, and
I don't think it's outrageous.
Those Weller foolproofs, I think those Weller foolproof picks, there are places where they are plentiful, because I've got a buddy. I'm not gonna blow up his spot, but he's on a Discord for a channel, and they have a trading group. He gets Weller Foolproof and Weller 107 picks all the time in trades, and you know what people are willing to give those up for? He goes over to Fort Erie and buys the rare breed non-chill filtered by the case, and those are like
Lord.
$35.
Those are supposed to be readily available now, like outside of duty free, but I haven't seen that.
Yes. It's supposed to be like, I thought they said this year, but he'll go get them, and people go nuts for him on this Discord because they can't get them where they are. And he gets Wellers, antiques, foolproofs, picks all over the place. He's gotten us some great bottles for trades for a freaking Wild Turkey non-chill filtered.
Nice. Angry Irish Mac says, how is the Brother Justice? That's a Minnesota distillery that I actually haven't had any experience with. I've been meaning to try it. The problem is I'm not the world's biggest American single malt fan, and it's a line of American single malts. And they come with a premium price point, so they run around the $100 mark. And so I just haven't put up the money for an American single malt because it's just not quite my jam. But that's probably getting a little more hype now because SLB Drinks just did a whole expose on Brother Justice, talking about how great these bottles, where they did a whole thing about, they had 5 or 6 bottles, and they just talked about how great they were. So I would definitely like to try one.
I am certain
there's a store. What's that?
So I'm sure that's why this question is coming up right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. There's a store that has a Brother Justice pick, and it's actually at cask strength, so I'm even more interested, and it's actually less expensive. They have a cold peated American single malt that I'd be interested in trying, but it's $100, and so I'm not enough of a single malt fan to spend that kind of money on a bottle of single malt. But this cask strength pick that this one store has, I'm interested in. I just haven't been there in a while, so.
Where are they in Minnesota?
They're a Minneapolis distillery, I believe.
Okay.
I'd be curious where they're sourcing their peat from.
It's actually from Minnesota.
Oh, they're getting their peat locally?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think I read something about that. They're getting it from somewhere up north.
Huh.
Cool.
That's
cool. Northeast Minneapolis. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get on that at some point. So, all right. Well, speaking of at some point, I got to get out of here and get on with my life. But thank you guys all very, very much for being in the chat tonight. I've noticed some new names here. And so if you're a new subscriber or just new to the chat, thank you very, very much. Sean, Brian, thank you guys very much. Oh, we didn't get to what you guys are coming. I know, Sean, you said on Saturday you're probably going live. Brian, what do you have coming up?
Nothing. We really don't get the time to live stream anymore, so that's very inconsistent. But just a regular video on Monday, video on Wednesday. We have a Patreon exclusive that comes out on Fridays for our Patreon members, and that's about it. We got Whiskey 6 next week on I think Thursday is the 15th, right? So we're doing that next Thursday. Don't know. We haven't really figured out a guest yet if we're going to have one or not, but we'll be on and we'll talk about, it's a weird news cycle, not a lot happening, but we'll find something to talk about.
Yeah.
Before we go, Google Brother Justice gets its peat from the ancient bogs of Aiken County, Minnesota. There we go. Yeah, so up north.
There it is.
I know I have to point up whenever I say up north, but it's just a weird thing.
Nice.
All right, thank you guys very, very much. Tomorrow I've got New Riff 8-year rye on the channel. It's up on Patreon right now if you're interested in that. And then, I got the Double Eagle Very Rare coming up and a whole bunch of other goodies here. I've got some samples here, so I'll be getting into those soon. So, cheers, everybody. Tune in to at the Whiskey 6 next Thursday.
Oh, show.
Cheers, guys.
Everybody.
See you, Myron.
Cheers.
Cheers, Byron.